Alrighty. Looks like we've got the stream up and going. Those of you that may be here after watching the Canadiens play the Tampa Bay Lightning, that was quite the finish right there. 9 shots on goal, 2 goals is all it took to beat Vasilevsky and the Lightning. I know the Lightning haven't been great, especially Kucherov hasn't been great in the last few Game 7 series. I know as an Avs fan we can relate. Our Game 7s haven't really gone well, specifically for our big players who are supposed to be our clutch players. MacKinnon hasn't done too well in Game 7s either. I believe he's got a goal and an assist in all 6 that he has on there. But anyways, welcome to the watch along stream. We'll get started here in a few minutes. We're just waiting for puck drop. We've got about 9 minutes left. I will not have an active score clock, but I will try and keep it as updated as possible for you guys in the chat. Just feel free to, anytime throughout the entire stream, just feel free to shoot me any video you want. Or not any video, any chats that you may want. I'll try and answer them to the best of my ability. So, just keep it rolling. We're waiting on puck drop here. We do have, yeah, bye Bolts. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad we don't got to worry about them if we get to the finals. If we get to the finals, I like playing the younger teams. Tampa Bay is an older team. I know we're an older team too at this point. Almost everyone on our roster is in their late 20s, early 30s. And then you talk about Burns, and he's in his 40s. Old man energy, but that's why we got to win it for Burns this time around. Alex Newhook, former Av, was the one who was able to get the game-winning goal against Vasilevsky. It was a gnarly shot off the back wall that carried him out, and he banked it off the back of Vasilevsky. It was kind of impressive. If you haven't seen that, make sure to go check out the replays of the check out the highlights and replays of the game when you are able. If I'm ever looking down, I am just looking up stats, so forgive me if it looks like I'm not paying attention. I promise you I am. So they did release lines for today. We will not have Manson on the Avs, and Minnesota will not have Eriksson Ek or Brodin. So I'm just going to read out the lines here. So for Minnesota, you got Kaprizov, Hartman, Zuccarello on the top line. Johansson, Yurov, and Boldy on the second. Trenin, McCarron, Tarasenko on the third. Foligno, Sturm, and the other Foligno. Hughes and Faber on the top D line. Middleton and Spurgeon on the second one. Hunt and Bogosian on the third line. Not looking forward to Bogosian throwing his weight around out there today, but hopefully we can play just as strong of a physical game. And Wallstead and net, of course. Now for the Avs, we did have a little change from the last series. Lehkonen with MacKinnon and Necas. Landeskog is now back up on that second line with Nelson and Nichushkin. And third line, Colton, Kadri, Waugh, Kelly, Drury, O'Connor on the fourth line. Taze and Makar in the first pair. Kulak, Malinsky, Blankenberg, and Burns with Manson being out. I don't know for sure. They haven't announced if he's going to be out for Game 2 yet or not. We are confirmed that Eriksson Ek and Brodin will not be there until their home stretch of the series. So we've got 2 games without 2 of their big guys. Eriksson Ek is kind of like the glue in the middle of that lineup. He is that centerman on the power play, that second, third line center. So the Avs really need to take advantage of the couple of games that those guys are out. Really need to take games 1 and 2 at home to establish a good lead on the series. I don't know how I feel entirely about Landeskog moving up to the second line. I feel like breaking up the chemistry of the third line, that basically got us through that first round. I don't entirely know if that's my favorite thing in the whole world, but hopefully Landeskog being on the second line might open up some offense from Nelson and Nichushkin. Captain can get it going as always. So, got 5 minutes left. Right now, the TNT is interviewing a bunch of Canadiens players. Okay. Looking up at line combinations right now. And if y'all need me to turn my microphone up a little bit, just let me know. I can definitely do that for y'all. So how's y'all's brackets been going so far? Personally, I have 2 teams that I had making it to the second round that did not. But I was correct on 6 out of 8. I feel like it wasn't bad. I got this Montreal Toronto series right. I correctly guessed it was going to go to 7. Montreal was going to take it. Don't know where that came from. I don't watch a lot of East Coast hockey, so felt like that was luck purely on my part. I correctly guessed. I think it was Buffalo, Montreal, and Tampa, Kane Sens, and Vegas, Utah. Everything else, I was wrong on the games. I got Avs. I picked Avs in 5. I don't know why I didn't trust my team more to blow out the Kings. The Kings really weren't that much of a threat, apart from the fact that they had a good defensive structure. But I got the Flyers wrong. I did not see the Flyers coming to beat Crosby. That kind of blew my mind a little bit watching those games. What else did I get wrong? Oh yeah, I didn't think Anaheim. I know had a bad stretch at the end of the season. I should have known how bad stretches can change in the postseason. But I didn't think Anaheim was going to take it from Edmonton. Edmonton has to really find something to get McDavid to stay, because he is, as soon as that contract is up, or I don't even know. He might even ask for a trade as soon as free agency starts. He might be out that building. He did not look happy. Him and Draisaitl, it's just, you've got 2 of the most talented hockey players in the world, and you cannot get it going for them. You can't build a team around them. And McDavid even took a team-friendly deal. Like, it is the most team-friendly deal I've ever seen in my life. David could have taken almost close to $20 million, but he decided to stay with what he had for another 2 years in hopes that Edmonton was going to win it, and my goodness, that was not the right decision. Okay. So does that mean, I think that means Montreal's the last Canadian team, right? Yeah. As we play Minnesota, on the other side is Vegas and Anaheim. I still didn't see the Anaheim Ducks coming this year. I didn't see them making a flip that much. I'm kind of impressed. I mean, they even did well against us this year. I believe Dostal basically shut the door on us as many times as he could. Ugh. Game time is getting pretty close. We'll wait for these TNT guys to stop talking about the and the player they were interviewing just got whipped cream to the face, or shaving cream. Can't tell exactly what that is. But it looks like the game is about to get started momentarily. They took the timer off the board, so I don't know anymore. Alrighty. Getting closer and closer to game time. Yep, guys are walking out. We got 1 minute left. Go, Avs, go. Wedgwood in net tonight. Time to make a statement against Minnesota. Minnesota is going to be the best offense we've seen this postseason. Heck, in the last couple of days, last few games of the season were a little easier down the stretch, especially because everyone was resting their guys if they were out of it, or resting their guys because they were in it. So it's absolutely locked up in the season series this year. 2-1-1. 2 games went to a shootout. Both teams won 1. 2 games were a blowout. Both teams won one of those. So, only difference was Avs won 5-1 and Minnesota won 5-2. So the Avs have 1 goal of differential over the Wild. So I guess that makes them just a little bit better. Yeah, and if you're enjoying yourself in the stream, don't forget to subscribe. Its subscriber counter is on the screen, so feel free anytime. The game is getting started now. And keep the volume just low enough that the stream can't hear it. Too bad it's not an ESPN game. I would love to hear Eric Johnson commentating, but I'm sure they're probably keeping Eric Johnson out of the away from between the benches because he might be just a little bit of a distraction for some of the players, and heck, it might be a distraction for the broadcast because you know how much he loves being down there on the ice. But I think Eric Johnson on that broadcasting team at ESPN has definitely brought the quality of that stream much higher in the last few days. So I will update the time on the screen every time there is a commercial break, just so everyone knows where we are every time the game stops, and hopefully I'm providing y'all on enough commentary that y'all know what is going on. Looks like we are about to hit puck drop. Scott Wedgwood with a .950 save percentage in the first round. Absolutely fantastic. And, you know, he would be the #1 goalie, but Frederik Andersen has been absolutely a monster. And the puck is dropped. MacKinnon wins it back to Taze. Going to Makar and flicks it up out of the zone. Wild have it. Passing it around. Lost it in the slot and then exited out to center ice. Here goes Necas with the puck back to Makar and to Taze. And not a lot of offense happening early on, just a lot of puck possession, a lot of trying to control the neutral zone. Ooh, good pick by Landeskog right there in center ice. Someone just got flattened by Ross Colton. Good to see Ross Colton making an appearance. Love to see... Oh, it was actually Kulak. But Ross Colton's one of those guys I really need to see him get going. Yeah, go Avs. Go Avs. But Ross Colton's one of those players I really love to see get going. He's just been... I just feel sorry watching him play sometimes, that I just feel like he might be the unluckiest player in the NHL. Though the unluckiest player in the NHL right now might be Vasilevsky after the finishing goal of that. Shot by Nichushkin, swallowed up by Wallstedt. First shot on goal, took 1 minute and 20 seconds to get there. But second line had a decent offensive pressure. It was a nifty little pass by Nelson. Through a lot of traffic, too. But it was slightly deflected, too. That could have really gotten in. It was deflected by the Wild player. Wallstedt was just in a good position to make the save there. Alrighty. Looks like an icing by Minnesota. Yeah, if you're watching on TV along with the stream, I'm sure there's some sort of delay. So I'm sorry if that's the case. You can watch one. You can turn the audio off on the TV if you want to hear me better, or just listen up or make comments if you want. I'll definitely be talking to everybody. And Wedgwood makes a glove save right there. Shot from the point. It looked like it was almost deflected, but Scott Wedgwood has really been the story this year. He's really showed up in a major way for this team. I can't think of a backup goalie that's stepped up and been put up the numbers that he's had in the last few years. I can't even think about it. Only thing I can really think of in years past was that short Dallas Stars goalie, Hudobin, I believe his name was. He was pretty good, but I don't like that he was really good. He really booted us out of the playoffs. Dallas really loves booting us out the playoffs. It really drives me nuts. You will not find a bigger Dallas Stars hater than me. You think you're a bigger Dallas Stars hater than me? Go argue with a wall, because I promise you, you will not convince me otherwise. Avs have some zone possession. Shot by Kulak. Almost got through right there. It was deflected a little wide of the net, it looked like. And Wallstedt lost his helmet. And his glove. His glove was on the other side of the ice. Someone was in front of the net. That looked like they bumped into Wallstedt there. Oh, Parker Kelly. Oh, the puck also hit Wallstedt straight in the mask. Although I'm kind of glad that didn't go in, because then we would have had another controversial, another controversial goalie interference moment. I mean, I just, the rule itself is obnoxious. They really need to find a more finite and objective detail to the rule that doesn't get so subjective. That's the only reason why fans are upset. If there was a clear rule, not a discretionary rule, fans would love it. Yes, hi Keegan. That is my sister. Oh, MacKinnon almost came up with a nifty play in front of the net. It was poked away last second. He was trying to do his... Look almost like a similar play. Oh, Cale Makar just got lifted off his feet into the boards. I couldn't tell exactly who it was that did that. Martin Necas is now skating backwards through the offensive zone. Tipped to Taze. Taze puts it in deep behind the net. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, what's up, everybody? It's good to see all y'all. We are now almost approaching 3.5 minutes into the game. A lot of stoppages early on already. Kind of nice to actually get a normal start time for a game for once, not having to wait 20 minutes for the previous broadcast to end. If that Tampa Bay and Montreal game would have gone into another overtime, I don't know what I would have done. All I know is I would have been driven nuts, because that series went to overtime too many times in the first place. A Wild got it in the Avalanche zone. Tried to make a dangerous pass to the middle. It deflected out. Now here is Quinn Hughes. Passing it up to Hartman, who controls it all the way around. And Ross Colton picks it up in the defensive zone, trying to break out. Nick Waugh. Oh, Nick Waugh tried to get it up to Kadri. Kind of got a deflection on net. I believe that'll count as a shot on goal, but, sticks and stones. Oh, dangerous shot from the top. It looked like from Brent Burns, but Taze comes back to collect the puck. Avs lose it in the top of their zone. Dangerous play right there. That deflected off a player, and we lost it in the top of the zone. That's one thing that's killed the Avs all year, is losing the puck in their own zone this season. Wedgwood makes the glove save through all the traffic. That was kind of a dangerous play. It deflected off. First Avs live stream. Thank you. It's my first one too, surprisingly enough. Yeah, this is my first live stream. Please let me know if y'all got any tips or commentary to let me know how I'm doing. What you'd like to see a little more of. Just let me know in the chat. 5 minutes through in the first period. Nothing to show for. 3 shots on goal for each team. Both goalies standing pretty tall. Puck dribbles wide. O'Connor's got it deep in the Minnesota zone to Parker Kelly. Pinned against the wall. I'm expecting to see a lot of this game. Players be pinned up against the wall. It's going to be a big, brutal series. Slap shot from the top. Tried to be deflected. Kicked out off of Jack Drury's skate. And Spurgeon turns the puck over to Malinsky. Malinsky skates up and flicks it in the zone. Doing great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. 6 minutes in, Minnesota leads in shots on goal so far, but chances have been pretty equal on both sides. Nothing really too dangerous for anybody apart from deflection off of one of our players into Wedgwood. Another save by Wedgwood, kicked off to the sideboards. Blankenberg is back there. Blankenberg played pretty good in that in that one game he had. Ooh, nice skating by Martin Necas. He's some guy I'd love to see turn up the scoring this postseason. I know everyone said that playoff Martin Necas has a curse on him from being back in Carolina, but I'd like to see him get past those cursed days. If Necas can start scoring, this team could get to amazing places. Lehkonen got the pass and had an open look at the net, but the puck must have been bouncing on him because he did not shoot it right away. Kulak has the puck in our own zone, and Nichushkin carries it out. And pass was intercepted. Nichushkin gets back. Now it's kind of a 2-on-1. Kaprizov shot wide. Kaprizov's one of the guys that really makes me nervous a little bit this series. Kaprizov has always done really well against us. Brock Nelson just shot wide. Kulak from the top. Oh, we had an open net off the back wall, but it just sailed wide off the post. That's the first really good look that either team's had so far today. 8 minutes in, 8 minutes in. $12 to go in the first. That was the first dangerous look. Kind of had a bounce off the wall to a wide open shot on the side, and it just looked like that the puck got a little too much bounce on him. And it's flicked in by Kadri into the net. 11:54 to go. Looks like we are going to commercial break. I'll change that timer on the board for y'all. 11:54 in the first. No penalties or anything yet. No one's given too much or getting too much so far. Y'all let me know if audio levels are a little too high or a little too low at this point. But yes, Kadri does really need to get going. I think his hand issue has become more of an issue than he let on. Would really like to see him start shooting the puck again. He was really good in that 2022 playoffs. Would really like him to channel some of that energy and talent. But with the issue with his thumb, I don't know entirely if we're going to see too much of that coming around. Hopefully he can get to shooting the puck somewhat, because his hesitancy to shoot is kind of jarring to watch as a fan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It looks like we're back from commercial break. We're showing the Avs mascot Bernie sitting on top of the, I don't know what building he's on top of there, but he's got the flag. The Avs playoff flag on top of the building. I believe that might be over by 16th Street down in Denver. Yeah. Ooh, they're showing a replay when Makar got hit into the boards. He went up pretty high, but so did his skate. It looked like it almost got Foligno up high. And there's a penalty being called. Is it on Kadri? Looks like it's being called on Kadri. So the Avs will be shorthanded to start. Yeah, looking for fireworks in period 2 for sure. Yeah, that's a little bit of a hold. Look, almost like a little bit of holding the stick there too, but Kadri's gonna go for obviously having the arm hooked around the other guy. So the Avs will be tested on the penalty kill to start. Penalty kill was solid against LA, but that is where most of their offense came from. Uh, but most of that was from 6-on-4. Two of those goals were from 6-on-4. Only one normal power play goal for the LA Kings last series. They got the Minnesota has the puck at the top of the zone, and it's cleared out. Poke checked away from Kaprizov. Faber Hughes, and Cale Makar and Jonathan Toews. Those are the D pairings that are the biggest matchup in this series. The Quinn Hughes and Cale Makar debate has been a debate ever since either one of them has really emerged. Me personally, I'm a little biased, thinking Cale Makar is the better one. Quinn Hughes is definitely really good. I just feel like Cale Makar just kind of possesses more efficiency. Ooh, a little deflection in front of the net was pretty close, but deflected wide. Oh, and there looks like we might have a breakaway from Logan O'Connor, and he got caught up by Quinn Hughes, so he just throws it behind the net. 45 seconds remaining in the power play. And the puck is deflected out again by Nichushkin. Brock Nelson throws it back into the zone, and looks like Kulak slaps it back out. I don't know if that was Kulak or Toews, but it was one of the two. 15 seconds left in the power play, halfway through the first period now, and cleared out by Nelson. Looks like that's going to kill off most of the penalty. There's about 7 seconds remaining. And first penalty, not all that dangerous. Puck is in the zone still. Drury flicks it out. There's Kadri up front, one-on-one. Took a shot off of Wallstedt, kicked out, and cleared. All right, so penalty kill's been tested early. Only one decent-looking chance to start that power play, but other than that, nothing really going on for Minnesota there. It was good clearance by the Avs penalty killers. And then a shot on goal there by MacKinnon. Wallstedt saves it. Looks like we're going back to commercial break again. 9:15 remaining in the first period. If you're watching the stream and you want to see more of our videos on our channel, make sure you subscribe. I will be doing a post-game video after the stream is done tonight. So just keep an eye out for that later if you are interested. Huh. So the Avs have looked pretty solid so far. Just a little, nothing really dangerous has shown up for either team so far. Looking for a little more energy out of the team. They seem eh. I mean, Martin Necas is skating like a maniac right now. Watching him skate has been fantastic. Yes, I hate commercials too. Commercials do, in fact, suck. Oh, yeah. Fun fact about that Montreal and Tampa Bay series. That is the least amount of shots on goal recorded in a Game 7 win in NHL history. 9 shots on goal by Montreal was enough to beat the big Vasilevsky and the Tampa Bay Lightning, seen as the team that might have came out of the West. Them or Carolina were the favorites. And we're back and going. Blankenberg at the top of the zone. It is blocked. Shattered Nico Sturm's stick, former Av right there. But, and it looks like we've got a stoppage. I don't know exactly for what just yet. Maybe played with a high stick. Blankenberg was the one with the open net, just kind of short-sighted shot. Was not able to get it. That was the one that went off the post that I said earlier. The one real dangerous Avs chance. Avs got the puck again. Skating up with Necas is Lehkonen. Necas waits for a fight. Oh, and Sam Malinsky scores! Oh, I love Sam Malinsky. He has been my favorite player to emerge from this team for the last few years. Been a third pairing guy for the last 2 seasons and finally got up to that second pair. But the Avs are now on top, 1-0 over the Minnesota Wild. Amazing pass from Necas to wait for a trailer to come along, and he finds a guy and just snipes the top corner on Wallstedt. What a goal! 1-0 Avalanche. Right out the TV timeout. And it looked like it might have been slightly deflected. It went off Wallstedt's shoulder and under the crossbar. We have our first goal of the game. Top shelf for sure. 8:45 remaining in the first. I'll find you all the details on that goal. I know Martin Necas had an assist on that. Avs strike first. Ooh, Kadri throws one on net that deflected out and back into Wallstedt. So the Avs are putting some pressure on the Wild here to start. Sam Malinsky's just been a real nice guy to have on that D-line. Having him paired up with Kulak is kind of nice too because he's got a veteran presence along with him. I feel like Sam Malinsky training under Cale Makar is really rubbing off in a good way for him. He's really starting to turn into a good playmaker and a great skater. Great turnout for a guy who went undrafted. Drury flips it back into the zone. 8 minutes remaining in the first period. Avs have 8 shots. Minnesota has 4. They haven't had one in a bit. Logan O'Connor pressures close. And Jack Drury scores! Logan O'Connor put the pressure on him. That's 2 goals in under a minute. Logan O'Connor found Jack Drury right in the slot. He had Parker Kelly with him in the middle, but he finds the far corner on Wallstedt. It is 2-0 Avs now. And yeah, he picks that top corner just away, coming in that short side of the circle. Throws it on the opposite shoulder of Wallstedt into the top corner off the upper crossbar and in. What a shot. 9 shots on goal, 2-4. 2 goals in 52 seconds. Big momentum swing coming out of that commercial break. That penalty kill was huge. Didn't let Minnesota get any momentum going. Now the Avs have it in the offensive zone again. And Wallstedt makes a save. Pushing and shoving in front. Landeskog and Quinn Hughes are getting into it. Oh, that's Brock Faber, actually. Brock Faber punched Landeskog, knocked his helmet off, and now they have each other in headlocks. Hey, with Manson gone, that's the guy that's going to be stepping up in the middle of all those scrums and fights right there. I think the best thing to see about when these players are in these fights and scrums is sometimes these crazy hockey players like Landeskog or MacKinnon, they just come out smiling after they've just been throwing hands and punching with a guy. That was a full-on gloved punch. I'm not gonna be surprised if we see some penalties here. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna dish out some penalties. Landeskog and Faber are both in the box. Oh, we've got 2 penalties on Minnesota. So the Avs are going to be on the power play. This is going to be a big chance for the Avs here to really establish a power play. Didn't really get one going in the LA series, but hopefully we can change that. Coming up here. And Minnesota looks like they're going to clear out puck. They've got a little chance going the other way. 2-on-2, looking to just kill time, really. And it's picked up by Necas. Necas skating up the ice. Passing back to MacKinnon, who has finally entered the zone. MacKinnon finds it in the middle. Picks it out to the side. Kadri actually took the shot from the top of the circle, but it was saved by Wallstedt. Avs are looking good so far. We actually are getting pucks in the net as it feels impossible to say that after that LA series. That LA series was just, it felt like nothing was going in. Forsberg was stopping absolutely everything. And Minnesota cleared it out after the Avs lost the faceoff. Tay's on that top power play right now. Makar must have been on the ice prior to it. Here comes MacKinnon. Skating through. He dangled pretty neat. Lehkonen shoots and scores! MacKinnon created that himself. He just threw it off Wallstedt, got his own rebound. Wallstedt going after the rebound, fell forward, and MacKinnon finds Lehkonen on the far side. Lehkonen shoots it between a sliding Wild player. It is now 3-0 with 6:47 remaining in the first period. It is, big start. Big start for the Avs. Power play is going. Offense is rolling. Big players are getting points. Players who haven't been scoring are scoring. It's looking so good to get started. Make that 3-0 Avs. Arturi Lehkonen from MacKinnon and Tays, I believe that was. So 3 goals in 2 minutes and 1 second. That feels great to have that sort of offensive production again. And now we got Nelson going the other way, and he gets squeezed out. Puck is kicked out by Kaprizov to the middle of the ice. So we have 2 former Avs faces on the Wild. We got Yakov Trenin, who was on the team, I believe. I believe it was 2 seasons ago he was on the team. Oh, great pass by Nichushkin and Nelson. Nelson sent it just wide. Two minutes and 1 second between all 3 goals. Playoff hockey is fun, everybody, but if it can go one way, it can go another. So Avs defense has to stay sharp. Shots on goal are 13-4 in favor of the Avalanche. Oh, and Quinn Hughes got absolutely laid out by Parker Kelly. Hits are coming back and forth now. Spurgeon has it up top with Hughes. Hughes looks no worse for wear after that hit at center ice. Minnesota dumps it in. Blankenberg and Colton trapped up against the boards. Puck finds a way out. And Minnesota gets one back. It just kind of got lost in a sea of Avs and Wild players, and Johansson finds the far corner on Wedgwood. So we might have an interesting series here. There's been a lot of scoring early on, which is complete opposite as what the Avs were facing in the previous games. So puck just got flipped around and didn't get cleared well enough, and Johansson finds that far corner on Wedgwood through a sea of players. It's, yeah, just the only area that was not covered. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the first period. (13-6) shots on goal, 3-1 score. Colorado leading Minnesota. Lehkonen loses the puck right there. Lehkonen passes it back to Kulak. So I do have an update. We are heading into the commercial break right now. Do have an update. Cale Makar is currently not on the bench. He is taken in to get checked. I believe it was probably on that hit that he got earlier in the game. But that is why we saw Taze on the top power play that time around. Makar is getting checked out. It is really concerning to get started. I'll keep looking into it and making sure I get y'all updated on exactly what's going on. So it was Nick Foligno who got the hit on Kadri, but Kadri is no longer on the bench as of now. Yeah, how dare they score? I can't believe them. I can't believe they do that to us. Don't they know that we're supposed to score all the goals and then we're winning? So, just to recap on all the goals, Malinsky scored, and it was assisted from Necas and Taze. Jack Drury then followed with an assist from Logan O'Connor. And then on the power play, Arturi Lehkonen scored, assisted from MacKinnon and Necas. So yeah, puck just got squished up against the boards on the Wild goal, popped up and just kind of passed around and deflected everywhere. Just no way Wedgwood could really keep full control of where that puck was, and it was shot behind a big screen too. Not much he could do there. Just about 4 minutes remaining in the first period. Shots on goal are 14-6. Unassisted goal for Johansson on that last Wild goal. And it looks like Minnesota found a guy who was wide open in front of the net. I don't know where the defense was on that one, but Ryan Hartman was right in front to alone on Wedgwood and squeezed it through. Unfortunately, it is now 3-2 Colorado. want to see what happened here. Quinn Hughes is just skating around. It looks like Brock Burns just lost his guy. He just came in backside wide open. Brock Burns caught watching. Him and Landeskog were in the middle watching the same guy. The puck just deflects through on Wedgwood. Yeah, that's a clean goal. Just kind of a collapse defensively right there. Wedgwood getting hung out to dry just a little bit by the defense. Defense needs to show up. So the Avs had 3 goals in 2 minutes, and the Wild had 2 goals in 1 minute. So this game is, I feel like this series might be a lot of this. It's either going to be a lot of offense or it's going to be a lot of defense. Right now, we're seeing a lot of offense. Three minutes and 32 seconds remaining. That's the quickest 5 goals in the Stanley Cup playoffs since May 24th of last year. Florida and Carolina. 5 minutes and 42 seconds between all 5 of those goals. So, this game's just getting started. We're not even a period through, and we've already got 5 goals, which we couldn't even say in the last series in the slightest. There was only time where we scored. There was only there was only 2 games where only over 5 total goals were scored in the last series. Yeah, it looks like the Avs cleared it. No icing here. Avs got the puck back. And they turn it over in the neutral zone. Malinsky has it back in our own zone. Picked out to Necas. Found MacKinnon. MacKinnon finds Necas in the slot. Necas tried to find, I believe that was Malinsky on the far side. The puck bounced over his stick. And Necas shoots it on net, and it is saved by Wallstedt. I don't know if I like that Necas passed that puck right there. He was kind of alone in the slot. He had a little bit of a wild player in front of him, but use it kind of to your advantage as a screen. I'd like to see him more confidently shoot the puck on his own. I know trying to find that other guy could be really helpful, but puck bounces a lot in hockey, so never really know where it's going to go when it's not on your stick. Heck, you don't know where it's going to go when it's on your stick. That puck just bounces up anytime it wants. Avs turn the puck over, and the Wild shoot it straight into the Avs bench. It ends up under Blackwood on the bench. 2:39 remaining in the first. So a lot of fans came for the story of Quinn Hughes versus Cale Makar, but Cale Makar, I have not seen him back on the bench since that hit earlier on in the game. The Avs are playing with 5 defensemen yet again, so that's our second defenseman out in this postseason so far. I will be keeping an eye out on those updates on Makar for y'all. Looks like it looks like he is now back on the bench. Good to see. I haven't seen him on the ice yet, but I'll see if we can keep an eye out for that. Blankenberg finds it up the zone. O'Connor has it on the side. Takes a shot off Wallstedt and out. Parker Kelly got knocked down a little bit. Nothing crazy, but Tays on defense. Minnesota has it in our zone. They find someone in the slot. Shot blocked by Landeskog. Another wrister that went through, deflected off someone, almost went in. That was weird. I'm not minding the second line, but it just feels like we might have quite a few slow skaters on this line, and we might not have a lot of speed to transition back, and when we get caught in the defensive zone, it might be a little dangerous, but Avs cleared it. A little over a minute remaining. Turnover at the top of the ice. Necas gets the puck, and he loses it. Lehkonen gets it back, throws it to the middle, and Minnesota recovers. One minute remaining. Lehkonen carries it into the zone, passes back out. Shot on net, kind of unblocked shot on wall set. Necas loses it in his feet. 40 seconds remaining in the period. Quinn Hughes at the top of the ice. Tried to get a deflection in front of the net. It goes wide. MacKinnon with a good shoulder hit on, that looks like Foligno, possibly. I can't tell exactly. I'm not too perfectly versed in Wild lineup. And Scott Wedgwood makes the glove save with 12 seconds remaining. Cale Makar is back on the ice, stretching his skates. He'll be out here for these remaining 12 seconds, it looks like. So tomorrow we've got Carolina playing against Philly in Anaheim and Vegas. So it's officially the second round. All round one games have wrapped up. It is officially the second round. I know Carolina played yesterday, but we've got everyone's in the second round now. We've got 4 separate series going on. Montreal and Buffalo won't play for another couple days. Block in front by Nelson, 5 seconds remaining. Hartman tried to throw it off the side of Wedgwood, and that'll be the end of the period. Now, first intermission, Avs are up 3-2. Decent period by the Avs. They definitely came out on top. A lot more shots on goals, but a lot of defensive mishaps in front of the net. In front of the net is the one main place that you do not want to be losing the puck, and it happened twice to us already. So defense needs to step it up. I know we were only playing with five defensemen for a little bit, so hopefully Makar being back will help remedy that situation. Hopefully this time in intermission can help him get everything fixed up. So we've now got 15 to 16 minute intermission, so feel free to ask any questions you want. Go to the bathroom, go get a drink, go get a snack. We're in for a long one tonight. We got 2 more periods to go. So I will do just that. I will be right back. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Alrighty, I'm back. Or the Avs my favorite team? Well, since you asked, it's your fault. My mom and my dad, they they've been big Avs fans for a while. I was born in Grand Junction, Colorado, and in being in Colorado, following the Colorado team is just second nature. But it's mostly my parents. They lived in Canada and they were trying to get into watching hockey, and they found the Colorado Avalanche, and that was right when they became the Avalanche after they were the Nordiques, and my parents have loved them ever since. Yes, let's go Avs, Ian. Let's go Avs. If y'all have any more questions, just shoot them to me. A Malinsky goal. That's first Malinsky goal to start the game. That was really pretty. Just picked it over the shoulder of Wallstedt. It's good to see Nate just getting in the mix. I felt like he had a pretty sluggish first series. So, the two teams that have some of the best goalies have so far shown that doesn't matter how good your goalies are, there's still going to be a ton of scoring. Who are the key players for the Avs in order to win the series? Good question, Ian. So the key players for this series, I feel like your main guys are always going to be your third and fourth line guys. Those really are going to determine a series. But the real key is unlocking a few players that have been in slumps and kind of figuring out which players are going to help you if they really turn up the scoring. And I feel like the number one guy in all of that is going to be Brock Nelson. Brock Nelson really helped us in the first half of the season. He's been kind of a passenger the last few games of the year. Not a lot of scoring from him, and being on that second line center, you'd expect to be seeing a little bit more offense coming out of him. Um, hopefully, uh, hopefully Nelson can unlock it. Another person is Ross Colton. Ross Colton has been a talented scorer in years past, and I don't know exactly why he has the yips right now, but he is. I think he has rung the post more times this season than I can even count. And he really needs to find the net. He does a good job of creating chances, but he's also a guy that can make simple mistakes. So you always got to look out for that situation. But yeah, it's Ross Colton, Brock Nelson, and then of course our 20 goal scorer in the regular season, Parker Kelly. Parker Kelly has already made his face known to the Minnesota Wild by laying out their top player. It's just pardon me. But Parker Kelly has he's definitely a physical guy, but I definitely want to see him get on the score sheet again. I know he has an assist in this postseason, but he was a 20 goal scorer during the year. Hopefully, he can get a couple this postseason. They're replaying the Quinn Hughes pass to Hartman in front of the net. I don't know how you get that much of a defensive mishap that you leave one guy wide open in front of your goalie. That was a little obnoxious to see on a team that prides themselves on their defensive abilities. That was a little bit of a misstep. I don't know how I feel about Rick Bowness being on this TNT panel. Rick Bowness is a coach that's always driven me nuts in years past on teams that he's coached. I just want to remind y'all, all those that are in here, make sure you subscribe if you want to see more of our channel content, and we can do more of these streams in the future. Thank you for those of you that are here. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Keep you updated on what's going on. So originally it was thought that Cale Makar was a shoulder injury. Now it's looking like it might be a lower body incident. Would you rather be the puck or the stick? Ooh, that's an interesting question. So the puck is just getting whacked around and stepped on, or the stick is getting whacked, whacking, or getting broken. So I don't know exactly. I feel like I'd rather be the puck because I'm more durable than a stick. Hockey players go through so many sticks in a season. That's a real interesting question. I've never thought of that before actually. That really got me thinking. Oh. Yeah, I'd rather be the puck, even though I'm gonna get smacked 100 miles per hour by players like Cale Makar and Nikita Kucherov. I'd rather not be a stick because I'll be snapped in half 4 times in a game by each player. So make that 50 to 100 sticks a game. Make sure you go get a snack or whatnot as the second period starts coming this way. Let's see. 5 minutes remaining in intermission. So if you're going to do anything, do it now. So we can be up and ready to go to start the second. Ooh, fun fact, that was Sam Malinsky's first Stanley Cup playoff goal of his career. I know he's gotten a couple unlucky bounces. Who's my favorite player? Do you mean all time or on the team currently? Because I could give you two different answers. I think if we're going favorite team or favorite player on the team currently, I think it's Landeskog. I just like a gritty captain guy. He combines a lot of different facets of the game. He's fun to watch. I my first ever game at Ball Arena, I got to witness him score a hat trick. That was fun. On the team currently, yeah, Gabe Landeskog. Sometimes being a fan of a team, you get a little romantic about your team captain. But if we're talking about my favorite player on the team of all time, that's probably, I do have a poster of Paul Stastny in the back. He's up there. Uh, Joe Sakic has always been my main guy. I'm a big fan of the captains, I guess. Can't really do much better than Landeskog or Sakic when it comes to being a captain. So, according to Elliot Friedman, one of the top insiders in the NHL, that was the highest scoring period of the postseason. This postseason's been a little defensive heavy this year. Well, Cale Makar is supposedly skating on the ice again, uh, coming off the bench in the second period. Let me make sure my stream is up and live. Um, those of you who watch games on streaming channels, just make sure you check that your stream is always live, because ESPN at least, I know in the slightest, whenever they run commercials, they don't run perfectly with the commercials that are on natural television. So whenever their commercials are done, you are actually usually a little bit behind. So make sure you are up, because the last few times I have watched the Avs play, we were actually a minute behind. I got the notification on my phone before I saw it happening on the TV. So make sure you're checking your streaming services for that. It's a problem I know they got to fix, but they run their own ads as opposed to what's on TV. All right, it looks like we are coming back out of the second period. To start the second period, Cale Makar is out on the ice. He's actually on the ice for the face-off. Oh, he's not taking the face-off, but he is on the line to start the period. We'll see him skate around a little bit to see if he's really fully ready to go. But second period is getting underway now. It looks like we're going to have a penalty already on the Avs to start the period. Don't love that. Yeah, so penalty on Lehkonen to start the second period. That's not a good way to start. Only having a 1-goal lead in this series so far. Yeah, he kind of does hook Hartman right there. Unfortunate start, but the penalty kill was good before. Let's see it be good again. Their power play is 0 for 1. Ours is 1 for 1, so. And the puck clears out on a bad pass from Minnesota. Yeah, Matt Boldy is the one that you really got to look out for on Minnesota on this power play. He has been real dominant for him there. Good stick by Brock Nelson. Brock Nelson clears the puck and is able to get off the ice. Zuccarello comes through and flips it down the boards to Faber behind the net. Back to Zuccarello. Boldy up top. Zuccarello has it. Trying to find the guy in the middle. Boldy down in the corner, up top. Playing catch with Hughes. They find a guy out on the side. And Wedgwood makes a save. That was a little nerve-wracking. Wedgwood didn't even look like he knew for sure if he had it or not. Halfway through the power play, it was Kaprizov right on the doorstep. Makar kind of held on to Zuccarello a little long there, even though he had Nichushkin right next to him. He's supposed to take care of Kaprizov right in front. But Wedgwood wasn't entirely sure he had that puck, but he did have it wedged in his pads. See what I did there? Stick tie it between Burns and another fella. Puck is down below the net. Throws it back around. It's saved at the top of the zone by Boldy. Quinn Hughes skating low. He's got some room to work on the left side circle. Puck is behind the net. Up top now. Shot from distance, missed wide. Quinn Hughes in the corner now. Finds up top to Faber. Back to Hughes. Hughes pass it to the bumper slot. Deflected away. Back up to the top again. Ooh. Shot that was tipped wide, went off the back wall. Parker Kelly is pinned up against the wall with Quinn Hughes. 5 seconds remaining in the power play. It squeaks out, and it finds Nelson, who clears it. So the Avs killed another penalty. We are back at even strength. Hopefully now the Avs can start the second period, and the puck is turned over to Lehkonen, who throws it to the middle of the ice, but no one is there. Makar has the puck. Passes it out, passes a little short. Oh, that was Tays, my bad. They send it in deep, and Wallstedt controls. Turnover in the offensive zone. Necas finds, I don't know who that was, but the puck was deflected off Wallstedt, and he covers up in front of the net. Yeah, a lot of fighting in front of Wallstedt, but the puck just bounced off his chest right in front of him where he was able to cover up. 6 giveaways by Minnesota, 5 by the Avs. Waugh just got absolutely shoved. Landeskog shoots it in, and Wallstedt recovers. Avs take it back over right in the corner. O'Connor finds Kadri up front for a deflection, but Wallstedt makes the save. Good back checking by Kadri. Kadri finds a trailer across. He gets tripped up. That was Colton. Colton skates off. Makar with Malinsky. Passes it up to Nichushkin. Coming up on the left side. Takes a kind of an odd angle shot. It goes off of Wallstedt's shoulder. And Hartman just makes a good play on his butt. Swiping the stick across to clear it. Got a lot of Avs players behind the net. Tried to go for a wraparound play. Does not work. Makar finds Nichushkin out. We got kind of a 2-on-1. Yep, he finds. And it's Blankenberg on the feed from Nichushkin. What a move by the little defenseman. Controlled it on the saucer pass across, and he shoots it glove side on Wallstedt. Absolute corner picked by the defenseman. Blankenberg with a defenseman who wasn't even on our roster to start the series now makes it 4-2 Avalanche. And he celebrates by going face first into the boards. Beautiful pass by Nichushkin. Oh, it was under the glove. Perfectly placed. Nichushkin gets on the score sheet with an assist. Avs are spreading the love. Nichushkin sure is a beast. 15:43 remaining in the third. Avs get the big penalty kill and come back and get another 5-on-5 goal. This 5-on-5 offense was the best in the NHL during the regular season, and it is still showing up here in the postseason. Puck played out by Wedgwood to Brent Burns, who passes it up to MacKinnon. He's got it below the net, passes it in the middle. Poor camera angle changing by TNT. Didn't really see what happened right there. 5 minutes into the second, we got 4-2 Avs. 21 shots on goal for the Avs, 10 for Minnesota. Both goalies at a kind of a similar save rate. Ooh, puck is lost in front, and O'Connor just can't control it, and he loses it off the end of his stick. Wedgwood finds the puck and passes out to Makar. Makar kicks it up the ice. It was deflected in, so icing is waved off. Wallstedt with a kind of dangerous play. Pass it up the boards. Looked like it could have almost been intercepted by an Avs player. Kaprizov. I believe that's Kaprizov. One of the Wild players was going around the net, and he lost an edge. Was looking for a penalty. It looks like it was Boldy. And Avs turn it over at the top of the zone. But it goes out, and the Avs recover. Makar with a pass up to O'Connor. It deflects into the Wild zone. And the Wild recover and get it back out to center ice. Avs now in their own defensive zone. Malinsky in the back. Oh, looks like a miscue on a pass. And the Wild touch up for icing. 13:45 remaining in the second period. That celebration from Blankenberg after that goal was absolutely electric. Full body slam into the boards. That's also Blankenberg's first career playoff goal. So we have a pair of first career playoff goals from our second pair defenseman and our third pair defenseman. And a turnover created by, looks like Jack Drury. Oh, and just offsides right there. 13:28 remaining going into the first commercial break of the period. So the Avs are putting a lot of pressure on the Wild. They're really going to have to keep that up throughout this whole series if they want to get past Wallstedt. Wallstedt can definitely steal a game or two from them if he's on his A game. But right now the Avs are getting a lot of good looks on him. 20-plus shots on goal, not even halfway through the game. That's a really good pace for the Avs to be on. Probably on pace for close to 50 right now. Any goalie would get tired facing that many shots. Heck, you're Andrei Vasilevsky. You only faced 9 shots today, but you still let 2 in and you lost. Wallstedt's faced over double that and given up double the amount of production. So far for point totals in this game so far, we have Martin Necas with 2 assists, MacKinnon with 1 assist, Lehkonen with a goal, Drury with a goal, Nichushkin, O'Connor, and Makar, and Taves all have an assist, and Malinsky and Blankenberg both have a goal. So only one person with multiple points, that is Martin Necas. Martin Necas has been a person that I've really wanted to get heated up this postseason. He hasn't scored any goals yet, but he is really putting production in as a facilitator, getting assists on those goals. He is doing a good job on that second line. Second line. We are back in the second period. Just under 13 and a half minutes to go. And the Wild find a breakaway chance. And they get it past Wedgwood on the breakaway. Vladimir Tarasenko. It is now 4-3. It just feels like every time that someone scores, there's always an answer. Yet again, another player just lost in transition. He just outskated Blankenberg over on that other side. Makes a good move on Wedgwood. Burns tried to pinch to the wall. Blankenberg tried to get the stick on the puck. Does not quite get it. And the puck just slowly slides in. Vladimir Tarasenko scored his 51st career postseason goal. Most of that probably with the Blues. He used to terrorize us over there as well in the postseason. Four to 3, 13 minutes and change. So already 7 goals in this game. We're not even halfway through. We're on pace for an 8-6 game. Those of you that have watched Avs playoffs games in the past, reminiscent of Game 1 between Edmonton and Colorado in the conference finals in 2022. That one did, in fact, end 8-6. Lehkonen tried to skate the puck up, loses it at center ice. So, I know Wedgwood's given up 3 goals on 13 shots. But can you really blame him for the chances that have been in front of the net? It's just been 2 guys wide open in the net and then 1 guy with 5 people screening him. It's just not much you can do about it when you're in the net. when you've got absolutely no protection in front. Icing by the Wild. Crazy game so far. Definitely high level of offense being played by both teams and a level of defense by both teams. Walensky skates up and shoots it, but it is blocked by the stick of Boldy. Boldy comes around, tries to make a spin move, and Walensky plays it perfectly, knocking him down to the ice. Nichushkin skates it up. He gets poked a little bit, and it goes off the back of Walensky's skate. Nichushkin down low. Slap by Kulak goes wide. Oh! And it looks like Walensky just took a puck to the face. Whipped his head back after the puck went up in the upper body area. He's still on the ice. Our defensemen just can't get a break right now. All the defensemen are getting hurt up. Oh, and one of the Wild players' stick just explodes as he's controlling the puck. He kicks it around. O'Connor gets the puck. And it gets shot around the Colorado end. And Burns has it behind the net. Chipping it to Blankenberg. And to Kelly on the walls, who is in a board battle with Bogosian. Brent Burns gets the puck in the corner, passes it up. Parker Kelly comes out on the outside. Or that's Jack Drury. Finds Makar up top. Makar makes a move, takes a shot, saved by Wallstedt, kicked out to the side. Ooh, Makar tried to find the cutter right in front of the net, which was Parker Kelly, and it was a good stick by the Wild, just missed. Good defense from Makar in front of Wedgwood. And the pass to Logan O'Connor just a little bit ahead. Kadri tries to squeeze in front. Faber gets down on his knees and swipes the puck out. Puck is flipped into the Minnesota zone. Logan O'Connor finds Nick Waugh in the corner. Nick Waugh, I haven't seen a lot of this game. Hasn't seen much of an impact from him personally, but Colton throws it on net. Waugh with the rebound, but stuck on the boards with the Wild player. Burns up at the top now, too, and the Wild flick it out. Kulak will retrieve in the Av zone. Need Kadri and Zuccarello to get a point for an octopus. Yeah, go Avs. For sure, for sure. Kaprizov with a wicked wrister that almost got through Wedgwood, and it just kind of trickles out to the side. Tipped puck from a shot up top. Goes off of Wedgwood. Oh, a lot of dangerous chances by Minnesota right in front of Wedgwood right here. Avs need to corral the puck and get going. And they do just that. Flip it out to Martin Necas. Necas tries to flick it back for MacKinnon a little far. Then a turnover, and then another turnover, and now another turnover. MacKinnon has the puck. Tries to throw it on net, and it is flicked out by the Wild. So the Minnesota's actually had more offensive zone time because the Avs are much more of a rush team. But oh, Brock Nelson behind the net, skating pretty well. Blankenberg with a shot between Landeskog's legs and caught by Wallstedt. 8:17 remaining in the period. It looks like we're going to go to another commercial break. 4-3 Avs. This game has been definitely entertaining. A lot going on. When I say a lot going on, it's not a lot of goaltending or defense by either team. That's for sure. This is the first time that Wedgwood has looked a little bit human. He has had a few one-on-ones with some players in front of the net that he has not won, but hopefully as the game goes on, there's a lot less of those opportunities for Minnesota. After the game tonight, make sure you look out on the channel. I will be doing a post-game video on this game, regardless of the outcome. So keep an eye out. Supposedly, at this whistle, there is going to be a little bit of a delay for this commercial break. Since Malinsky took the puck to the face, there is blood on the ice that they are currently cleaning up. And Malinsky has gone to the locker room probably to get that stitched up. If he's bleeding, he probably has a cut somewhere. So back down to 5 defensemen for the time being until Malinsky comes back. But and they're interviewing Landeskog between the benches right now. Love the hat. Thank you very much. I got this at the Altitude store when I went to the game last month. All right, Avs face off in the Wild Zone. And I'm losing a lot of quality from the stream. I'm going to restart this right here real quick. There we go. Makar takes a shot from up top. That gets blocked. Yeah, this series is going to be our bottleneck for sure. The depth is going to play a big role, and also having the players that are out right now are going to be a big factor. Eriksson Ek and Brodin being out for games 1 and 2. Avs really need to take these games and take advantage of the fact that they are missing 2 of their big depth guys. Eriksson Ek actually being their big, just their generator. He's their center guy. Puck flicked up into the Avalanche zone. Blankenberg pinned up against the boards and brought down. Minnesota's been pretty disciplined so far this game, only taking the 1 penalty. Hughes picks the corner after dancing at the top of the line, and he scores. Wedgwood is looking like he might be contesting that he was interfered with. But as of now, it is a tie game. It is 4-4. I'll have to watch the replay to let you know. Unfortunately, Quinn Hughes absolutely skates around Kadri. Foligno might have had a skate in the crease there. I don't know for sure, though. And it looks like the goal is going to stand. 4-4 game. 7:17 remaining in the second period. The Wild are controlling the offensive zone time, but the Avs are getting the rushes. I know Wedgwood is probably sick to his stomach that this is the amount of goals he's given up. He has almost doubled his amount of goals he's given up this postseason from this game alone. And Necas loses an edge, but Makar picks it up, and the puck bobbles around, and he loses it. Intercepted by MacKinnon after deflecting the puck midair, and he throws it in the zone. 6:20 remaining in the second. Shots are 27-17. Wild are getting a lot more efficient on their goals, but they're also getting really dangerous chances on their offensive possessions. 3 goals basically, or 2 goals one-on-one with the goalie, and 2 goals from really good screens in front of the net. Yes, lots of goals. Offsides on the Avalanche. Quinn Hughes has been a big, big help for the Minnesota Wild in this series. That was a big trade in the middle of the season, too. Not anything I ever anticipated. He definitely brought their game up another level. Brent Burns finds Kulak up top, takes a shot. It deflects off of Parker Kelly, who gets knocked down. They try to flick the puck out. They find Kelly in the slot, takes a shot, and it is glove saved by Wallstedt. Despite the Avs having 10 more, you feel Parker Kelly goal coming? I'd love to have a Parker Kelly goal. And we are at commercial break. Now, given the Avs have 10 more shots on goal, that's great and everything, but it really feels like Minnesota is really controlling this game, kind of. The Avs are getting shots on goal, but the Wild are getting quality on goal. So quality shots versus shots on goal, I would take quality almost every time. Picking corners, getting one-on-one chances, making good passes, controlling the puck. Avs are not finding any penetration of the Wild defense as of right now. We haven't had anything in a little bit. All the Wild's chances have seemed really, really dangerous. This might be a barn burner game, everybody. Shots this period are 8-12 in favor of the Avalanche, but I believe of those 12 shots, probably the first 10 came, or 10 of them came in the first 4 to 5 minutes of the period, and we had a penalty kill during that time. Just feels like we're not getting a lot of generated chances right now. A lot of turnovers, a lot of misplayed pucks. Heck, we're down to 5 defensemen, 4.5 if you count Cale Makar's injury is kind of half. .538 remaining in the second period. And we are... Barn has been on fire since the first period. It sure has. Barn was probably on fire when the players got into the locker rooms that morning. And a turnover after the face-off. Tries to throw it in front of the net as Landeskog. He gets knocked down. To the point, back around to MacKinnon. Stick lift on Nelson as he tried to get a shot on net. MacKinnon holding the puck up top. He tries to flick it in, and it is deflected and taken away by Minnesota. Makar back in the zone, passes it up, and Landeskog controls it, and it is taken away by Minnesota. And now we're just fighting along the boards at center ice in front of the scorekeeper. Makar flicks it out, and it is dumped into the Minnesota zone. And Minnesota now has it transitioning the other way. Wedgwood plays the puck behind the net and wheels it around the board. Poked out the way. Kept in by Minnesota. And thrown out by Minnesota. Wallstedt collects the puck at the back end and passes it up front. Wall knocks down Johansson. Almost had another situation where we had a player in front. Kaprizov almost got a bit of that puck in front of Wedgwood, but he does get the stop after the puck is deflected on net. It's Miller time. Sure thing. Wish I could have a Miller. Those of you that are here for the watch along, I will be doing these for every game of the series. So keep an eye out. I'll be running alongside whenever game time is. So just a heads up for the future if you enjoy this now. MacKinnon kind of with a pseudo breakaway. He gets slashed, it looks like. Oh, hooked. So Avs will have another power play. Hopefully they can turn the momentum back in their favor. And it's Brock Faber that's going to go off. So one of the top defensemen for the Wild. Yeah, he gets it. He gets it under MacKinnon's hands right there and pulls him away from. It was about to be a potential breakaway opportunity. So power play, 4 minutes remaining in the period, 2 minutes of that being a power play. As power play is 1-for-1. Hopefully we can get another one going here. Face-off is lost and cleared as per usual. So the Avs will retreat and start the breakout in their own zone. Nate just skates it in, passes back to MacKinnon, who slips and falls, so Minnesota gets the clear. Been a lot of falling right in front of that blue line. I wonder if there's a slick part of the ice right there that the skates aren't necessarily getting too well. MacKinnon skates in, passes back to Makar. Finds Landeskog, and he loses it. Not a lot of energy from this power play. A lot of sluggish movement, it looks like. Carr skating around, gets it in to Landeskog. And MacKinnon loses it, and it's a 2-on-0 breakaway shorthanded. And they score. I don't know what MacKinnon was doing. MacKinnon lost the puck, and he just kind of looked at it. It's a shorthanded goal by Foligno. Avs shorthanded Blues keep coming. Absolutely devastating. Can't believe MacKinnon just left the puck there. Yeah, nothing Wedgwood could do about that. Every goal that has been given up on Wedgwood has been, it seems like a one-on-one. Foligno also eats a bit of the crossbar into the net there, just absolutely plowing in. 5-4 Minnesota. Minnesota takes the lead. Avs are still on a power play for another minute, but after that, that was hard to watch. Avs finally get the puck in the zone, and they lose it again. So if the Avs want to win this game, they're going to have to get to 6 goals, something that hasn't happened. The only team that has reached 6 goals in any series, I believe, is Buffalo and Minnesota. 5-4 Minnesota right now. They have won this period so far. As power play is looking like it's not going to generate anything. There's a small chance here. Taze has it up top. Kicks out to Malinsky. Back to Taze. Landeskog up top to Nichushkin, who slaps it, and it goes wide. 5 seconds left on the power play. Finds Taze. Nichushkin goes back to Taze, takes a shot up top, and it deflects in right after the power play finishes. Is that Brock Nelson? What did I say? Brock Nelson needed to get on this score sheet. It was deflected in. It might have been Taze's goal if it's not Nelson. But it was deflected in front, and it trickled in. 5-5. Jeez. This really does feel like 2022 against Edmonton. Taze up top. It's deflected somewhere. Can't tell if it's a Wild player that gets a piece on it or Nelson. Looks like it's deflected off of, I think that's Spurgeon. Yeah, so that's going to be Taze's goal. 5-5. Taser time, baby. I don't even know what to think of this game. This game is absolutely insane. $29 shots on goal, 221. Minnesota's definitely brought up their shot production. Block in front. Minute 30 left in the period. Pardon me. Minute 30 left in the period. Kaprizov down low. Kelly loses his stick. And his stick gets hit by O'Connor. Quinn Hughes has the puck on the outside. Finds some guy in the slot. Saved by Wedgwood, and he covers it with 1:11 remaining in the period. Woo! I can't tell if this is playoff hockey or junior A hockey. I mean, there's absolutely not great defense from either side right now. And I'm glad that Bednar has left Wedgwood in, just so he gets the experience of this kind of game. You might think you need to go to Blackwood here, but I think Wedgwood is doing just fine whenever it's, a normal situation. He's just not making the saves on the near impossible ones. I'd like to see him steal maybe one or two, or maybe stop a breakaway. But, it's not always the easiest thing to ask. But both goalies have given up 5, so no real reason to pull either one of them because they're playing the exact same. Necas skating with the puck through the neutral zone, making a few good moves. Passes it off to the top to Taze, throws it on net, and it's saved by Wallstedt. Yeah, change of momentum's huge. This is also a home game for the Avs, so if the Avs can get that home momentum going, it could be big for the final period of this game. But 5 goals in the first period, 5 goals in the second. So this is a real barn burner going on. What a save by Wedgwood right there. There was a shot from Minnesota in the slot. He gave up the rebound, and the trailer coming in on the side. Wedgwood was ready for it and made the save. It was Hartman in the middle and Middleton trying to clean it up, but Wedgwood was fully ready for both of them. 34 seconds remaining in the period. I bet Wedgwood is going to go into that locker room pretty pissed that his team has given them that many chances in front of him. Another chance right in front of the net, and the Wedgwood didn't know where it was after he made the save. Puck was trickling around. Another shot from the slot. Puck is behind the net. Avs finally get a hold of it a little bit. and flick it out of the zone. That was kind of a scary situation right there. Almost made it 6-5 Minnesota right there. But that'll be the end of the period. We are now heading into second intermission. So 5-5. To say this game has been crazy is an understatement. But it feels like there's been more goals in this game than there was in the entire last series. I mean, granted, there was only 4 games, but it was 4 games with 2 teams scoring. It felt like there was nothing going on. But still tied game. That's the positive thing. But also the negative thing is that it's a tie game. So Avs really had a 3-0 lead in this one, and they've given that up every bit of the way. Really need to find a way to maintain that control again. We might genuinely see, like, this game, if it goes into overtime, we might genuinely see like a 7-6 or 8-7 overtime game. That might be nuts to see. Huh. Pardon me. Yeah, it'd be really funny if both teams just absolutely locked it down on defense, and we see absolutely no offense generated this next period. I feel like either one of the goalies is going to step up or one of the defenses is going to step up, one or the other. Gotta love intermissions. Not much to do, but I will check if we have any updates on any of the players' injuries going forward. I don't know if I saw Malinsky again after he got hit in the face. So Scott Wedgwood has doubled the amount of. Thanks for coming in, Canucks Digest. Yeah, this is absolutely nuts game so far. I'm real glad this isn't a 10 o'clock game, because if I was doing this sort of thing at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'd be losing my mind and losing sleep at that. 5 goals, both sides. Absolutely no defense. Absolutely minimal goaltending. Not that I blame either goaltender. I mean, but all the goals have been pretty nasty, pretty top shelf, pretty like deflections, one-on-ones. As a goaltender, you're absolutely livid that you're getting these chances against you. It's intermission. Make sure you go grab yourself a snack, go to the bathroom or whatever, and just make sure you're ready for the third period action. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out for new uploads. I'll be uploading after the game. But I will look into Sam Malinsky real quick. I just saw a funny post that the Avs and Wild have more combined goals than the Montreal Canadiens had shots on goal in Game 7. So that's fun. This is the exact opposite of the LA series. Avs in 5 quit. Quinn Hughes can't get a cup. I know you're just coping after the trade, but I appreciate the Avs in 5 sentiment. I'm an Avs in 6 guy. I do have confidence in our team, but the Wild are pretty good with Quinn Hughes. It does. I bet it drives you nuts that Quinn Hughes got one of the goals for him. I believe he got the 4th goal or something like that. But Quinn Hughes getting success in the playoffs, it's absolutely against everything in the Canucks' nature. Thank you again, Spurgeon, for the goal deflected off your stick, giving Taze a goal. Taze has been absolutely all over the ice today. He has a power play point and a goal. I'll give you an update on all the people on the score sheet. There are a lot. So you got Drury with 1 goal, Lehkonen with a goal, MacKinnon with an assist, Necas with 2 assists, Nichushkin with 2 assists. Good to see him finally contributing. I know that LA series was kind of rough because their lines matched up pretty well defensively with the LA Kings line. O'Connor with an assist, Blankenberg with a goal, Makar with an assist, and Malinsky and Taze both have a goal and an assist each. Scott Wedgwood has 20 saves on 25 shots, and Wallstedt has 25 saves on 30 shots. Yeah, this shorthanded goal given up by I'd say this shorthanded goal is given up by MacKinnon. He absolutely gave up on the play, and I'm sure he's just as mad at himself as Bednar's probably mad at him in the locker room. Bednar's probably giving it to him straight right now, but keep an eye out on updates. If y'all get any updates about Sam Malinsky before I do, please let me know in the chat. So, fun fact, the only time Scott Wedgwood has allowed more than 5 goals in a game with the Avs was when we lost 7-3 to Montreal in January. I believe that was the game where I think we were in the Nordiques jerseys, so that might have been it. I would not want to be, and I would not want to be a media person at the end game presser for either team after this, because those media people are probably going to get some furious coaches and players. So it was confirmed that Taze's goal was just off the power play, so that will not be a power play goal. So the power play percentage gets even smaller. It did get a little bigger earlier, but it gets even smaller now. If you got any questions in the chat, just make sure you send them up. I'll answer them as soon as I see them. Anything you want to ask me, or anything you want to ask about the Avs, or anything in general, anything works. But the way Blankenberg's playing, we might see him on the lineup more often. If we have a forward that's not doing good, we might try to go 11 forward, 7 defensemen. You just get the Blankenberg on the team. Blankenberg's been absolutely electric in the 2 games that he's been in. I believe he's got a goal and an assist in the 2 games that he's played, which is just absolutely great from a third pair defenseman. Someone else I need to see on the score sheet is Brent Burns. Brent Burns, I mean, for how his defense has looked today, he needs to get on the score sheet to make up for how the defense has looked. Today it has not been great. I can't believe there's a whole 20 minutes left of this game. You ought to think that this game would be like almost done, being 5-5, but no, we've got 20 more minutes. We keep our current pace, it's going to be 8-7. I mean, kind of hoping this game locks down a little bit defensively, just so that I can breathe a little bit. Seeing all the goals, I'm like, if the Avs get a goal, I'm not going to be comfortable with the lead. If the Wild get a goal, I'm going to be real hopeful for a comeback after that. Just like I said, I'm looking at Twitter, and the Avs writer Evan Ruwal quite literally said shades of Avs Oilers game 1. in 2022. I've been saying it the whole stream. Do you think the Avs trade Blackwood this offseason or at least explore it with how Hedgewood has played this year? I know we have a goalie from the KHL we're trying to bring up. He did not have a great season, but maybe if he looks good enough. And Trent Miner wasn't even bad this year. Trent Miner, he's a pretty solid goalie, but he might be more of an AHL All-Star than an NHL starter. I think trading Blackwood is a possibility. Now, I don't know how many teams are going to be looking forward to picking up his 5 or 5.5 million AAV, but I think it's a possibility. I think they might shop the idea. I don't think they're going to execute it unless they see an offer they really like. An offer I'd really like would be defensive depth, because our defensive depth right now is Brent Burns, who may or may not retire after this year. Who knows if he's going for the Ironman title over Phil Kessel for most consecutive games played, or if he's going to call it a year after this year. But I think they shop the idea. I don't think they actually shop it. But I'm trying to think of teams that may want a player Blackwood's caliber. I know the Oilers are probably that might be that might be an Oilers play. The Oilers might try to make a trade in efforts to keep McDavid to extend his contract, but I feel like McDavid is out of Edmonton as soon as he can. I think as soon as it's either as soon as his contract's up or he forces a team to make a trade for him. Because you could tell on that post game press conference after they lost to Anaheim, him and Leon were pissed. It was so funny to watch. He goes, he's like this. What would he say? He said something along the lines of, "It's an average team with above average expectations" or something like that. I mean, how do you not get the absolute best lineup around the best player in the league? It's just absolutely foolish to me about what Edmonton has done with that team. Couldn't even find you find a semi-decent goalie for that team over the last 3 years, they have at least one Stanley Cup. I promise you. Jeff Skinner and wasn't the move, and I don't even know who they had in that right now. I think it was. Oh, I don't even remember who they had in net this year. I know Wedgwood has 2 more years on his contract, I think. Or he just signed a 2 year extension or 1 year. Something like that. I know we have Wedgwood at least next year. The other thing I'm gonna say about Blackwood is he's a lot younger than Wedgwood is. I think Blackwood's like 28 and Wedgwood's 33. So you kind of do want to hold on to your younger goalie a little bit. Yeah, I'd love to see some face-off wins too. Kadri's not taking any face-offs this time. And Avs are 37% on the face-offs right now. Minnesota's absolutely dominating that category. It does kind of suck seeing that every time we're on the power play, we're just basically collecting it from our own zone to start, and we have to fight to get in the offensive zone. And that's exactly what causes all those shorthanded goals that we give up. It's just trying to get in at the blue line. That's where the biggest turnovers are going to be, and you've got no support back there. This is why I don't love the Avs breakout into the zone, is because you put all 5 guys standing on the blue line. If that puck gets behind you and you've got someone who's got to step on you, you're done for. So yeah, faceoffs are a big thing. We've been better at them this year than we have been in years past, but that doesn't go to show you how much better we've been this year. It goes to show you how much worse we've been in years past. Looks like we are getting close to returning. 833 save percentage for Wallstat to an 800 save percentage for Wedgwood. Not good for either one of them. Not good for either one of them, who actually looked pretty good in their last series. Wallstat looked good against Dallas, but he didn't look amazing. Wedgwood looked amazing against LA, but both of them right now are not looking like much of anything. So keep an eye out for. I think if anything, this period, I don't know if there's going to be offense. I don't know if there's going to be defense. I think if anything, This period is going to be scrappy as heck. I mean, there's going to be shoving, there's going to be hitting. There haven't been many hits after the open ice hit from Parker Kelly on Quinn Hughes, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of hits in this third period to try and just fight for that separation, get that open goal, draw those penalties. We have an update on Cale Makar's injury. It looks like it's a hip injury because he was putting numbing cream on his hip. It's interesting how your defensive structure gets exposed after playing a team that had no offense to expose your defense with. Avs are going to have to make adjustments after this game, but that's fine. I mean, every team has to make an adjustment based on each team. Sam Malinsky seems to be doing okay. He probably lost a tooth or two. And it looks like we're getting ready to start back up. Get your popcorn ready. This is going to be a fun finish. How fun would OT be? In a general sense, it'd be very fun, but me personally, that just means I'm going to be streaming longer. I don't mind that, but who's scoring the next goal? I think MacKinnon will make up for the shorthanded goal. He better. That's for sure. He definitely better. Because MacKinnon's been one of the players who's been real quiet this postseason, and that's not usual for him. Even after all this scoring we've had, I don't think he's registered a point just yet. Oh, he has an assist. He has one assist on the Lehkonen goal. I forgot about that one. Avs actually lost the shot on goal battle last period. Just setting the clock up. Stream is not back just yet. And there we go. I'm going to have to restart it because it is losing quality. There was a lot of shoving in the first period. It hasn't been much since. Oh, we got a nice slow-mo of Kadri's next. Yeah, I'd love to see a Kadri goal. Kadri did a lot in the last time we had him in the postseason. We'd love to see him step up again. I know he's dealing with that injury, but all right, third period has started. Just my gripe on production companies, but TNT just aired the start of the third period here and missed the face-off. I mean, first bit of the game that I saw was the puck behind the net. How do you miss the face-off? Colorado Mammoth? No, it's not a Colorado Mammoth jersey. I did get this custom made online. It is a Stranger Things jersey. Yeah, it's been clean as far as penalties have gone. So that's impressive. In the back, I just got a banner and a couple pennants. I do have another poster on the other corner, but you'll see that in the post-game video. You'll see that in the post-game video. That's my Paul Stastny poster. A lot of falling in so far in this period. Hits have been pretty even. These teams might be more evenly matched than a lot of people think. There's Malinsky with the puck. Probably fixed a few teeth up. Holding it behind the net. Just a lot of skating around right now. All that waiting behind the net just to turn it over at the blue line. Wedgwood whips it around. Puck just ended up in front of the net at some point there. Wedgwood lost his stick. He goes and gets it. And Minnesota yet again has the puck in the offensive zone. Kadri gets the puck and flicks it out to Colton. Colton tried to make a move and pass it out. He finds a trailer while on his knees. Tarasenko looks to be down and hurt. He's slowly skating off. Kulak against Foligno. Passed around to Parker Kelly. Yeah, I'd love to have an altitude stream for the postseason, but unfortunately, I do not get that being a Texas native. But the good news is I don't get any blackouts on any of the other streams. Good play by O'Connor right there to try and power to the front of the net. Forces a turnover right there to Jack Drury. Tries to find a trailer. Got Taze. Taze shoots it into the chest of Wallstedt. Yeah, O'Connor almost found that underarm slot on Wallstedt, but it just flicks off the edge of the goal stick. Logan O'Connor has been, ever since he came back from his injury, he has been fantastic this postseason. I was a little worried when he came back in the regular season. It wasn't perfect. And Cale Makar scores on the outside. Pass from MacKinnon up top. Makar takes a shot at the right circle, and he gets it past Wallstedt, that same spot that he got past Forsberg in the past couple of games against LA. So it is now 6-5. Colorado. Holy, and the scoring just does not stop. He goes high blocker side, picks the upper right corner. Post and in. Perfect shot. Absolutely beautiful. Cale Makar, worried he was injured earlier. Good to see that he's back on the ice and contributing. 16:39 remaining in the third period. 6-5. Well, if it wasn't Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes already before, it sure is now. Because both of them have made a big impact on this game already. Minnesota dancing with it in their own zone. Passes it up. Seems to miss everybody. Kulak collects it in the back of our zone. Passes it up. And what's up with us getting unlucky shots off of people's faces? I don't know who it was, but some Avs player just took a puck up high again. It looked like in the side of the head. Quinn Hughes was just hounded by Landeskog. And then Malinsky's just knocked down trying to recover the puck. Minnesota's got some long-standing time in our zone. Passing it around a little bit. And he turns it over to Landeskog, who's able to clear and get off the ice. That was a long shift by that line. Landeskog would not let off of Quinn Hughes there as he was trying to approach the net. It was good defense by the captain right there. And glove save by Wedgwood. And he gets the stop. 14:51 on the clock. Yeah, they're replaying this Makar goal. It was absolutely beautiful. No one there to block him on that right side as he just skated forward. MacKinnon is now 6th on the list all time for most playoff games in their most points in their first 100 playoff games. 131 points in 100 games. That's a great point pace when it comes to the postseason. MacKinnon on his second point of the night. Love to see him get a goal on the score sheet, but assists work too as long as someone's scoring. Necas and MacKinnon are our two top goal scorers in the season, are the two that we need to get on there the most. And we've got a breakaway chance here. Kadri scores! The Kadri man can, and it's 7-5. Holy cow. He had a breakaway, and he shot it from a mile away on the breakaway. I guess the old man just doesn't have the speed very much anymore. But it is now 7-5. It's been a long time since I've seen a postseason game like this. Holy cow. And the play was created by the pass from Ross Colton. And Kadri absolutely finds the bottom corner of the net. Short side, glove side. Holy cow. $14:15 remaining. 2 goals to start this period. It's been great for the Avs looking so far. There's still 14 minutes left, and who knows what's going to happen in this game. This might be nuts. Minnesota controlling the puck in the Avalanche zone. Drury gets a stick on it and gets it flipped out. We might have another breakaway from O'Connor. He gets a slap on the puck. Wasn't able to control it and get a decent shot off. Just gets a slap on it, sends it over the net and around. Avs control the puck in their own zone here. Tried to find Lehkonen on a partial breakaway chance, but Lehkonen is not able to control it. And I thought the puck was deflected in, but I guess it is icing. Well, the Avs came out starting the period with what they needed to do. I can't believe Kadri got that clean of a shot from that far out. He shot it from beyond the top of the circle. I mean, you think he would get a little closer than that on the breakaway, but he probably didn't have much time remaining before he was going to get caught. MacKinnon just took a shot that went wide and around the net. Necas was just knocked down right in front of that shot. Hartman's making life a little difficult for MacKinnon. Makar just got knocked down. Puck just went off the post. MacKinnon's skating down. Tries to find a trailer. Passes it just behind Landeskog. Landeskog gets off the ice. Puck deflected in. Wedgwood comes out to play it. Puck is taken by Boldy. He tries to go short side roof Sends it around. And deflected forward by Nichushkin, who is stopped up against the walls. And Nichushkin somehow ends up with the puck again. Passes it to Lehkonen, who slaps it on net. And it was actually a great shot. Nelson almost had the rebound there, but he was tied up in front of the goal. Lehkonen finds Waugh. Waugh finds the trailer. Oh, Kadri almost found his way to a second goal there. Sends it a little wide. It looks like it was saved by Wallstedt. Kadri found again. Tries to control it. Kind of gets tied up there. Wall caught in the boards, and Minnesota regains possession. There is a stick on the ice. Tarasenko takes a contested shot, and it is saved by Wedgwood. 11 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the period. Hoping that Zuccarello gets the point for the Octopus parlay. Yeah, it'd be nice for your parlay to hit, but it'd be nicer if the Avs won, so I'd like to keep it that way. How good is Brent Burns? Brent Burns is real hot and cold. I feel like he'll have 5 to 10 game stretches where he's one of the best defensemen we have, at least defensively. He's not going to put up point totals like Cale Makar or Devin Tays or anything like that. But he usually plays really solid defense. Sometimes he has some patches, though, where he does not play well. And this game has been a little bit of a not great game from Brent Burns. But he is definitely capable of playing really well. It's pretty impressive when you think that he's a 41-year-old man. I'm 23 and I couldn't even imagine being out on that ice all the time at that age. I couldn't think about it now. Yeah, he just needs to be good. Hey, just 12 more, and hopefully after this one, only 11 more. We are now officially back from commercial break. 11:17 remaining in the period. Cale Makar just tied the most active career playoff goals among defensemen. So, big ups on Makar there. It's crazy to me that he's still in his 20s. It's gonna be a fun day when Cale Makar gets inducted into the Hall. Kaprizov just got a shot up close and it went off the post. Wedgwood's still down. The puck's still flying around. Penalty on the Avs on Landeskog, it looks like. Honestly, probably what he needed to do there. Landeskog's second penalty of the night. That was crazy. Another play where someone was right in front of the net. It wasn't Kaprizov. It was Wedgwood is what it was. Or not Wedgwood. Hartman. Again. Oh, and it wasn't off the post. I thought it was. It was off of Wedgwood's shoulder, so Wedgwood made the save that time. All right, power play for Minnesota here. Landeskog in the box. Shots on goal are 37 to 30. Wild have really caught up, but 37 shots on goal for the Avalanche is fantastic. Minnesota tried to find a backdoor cutter. Not able to get it. Kaprizov's got it at the point. Boldy down low. Switches with Kaprizov. Finds Hughes up top. Hughes goes to Boldy for the one-timer. And Wedgwood gets the save and the clear. I believe that's by Brock Nelson. This wild power play can be real dangerous throughout this series with Quinn Hughes, Brock Faber, or not Brock Faber. Quinn Hughes, Matt Boldy, and Kaprizov. Tarasenko's on there too. Tarasenko's a veteran player. Knows what he's doing. If they get Eriksson Ek, that could be real dangerous too. Oh, good stick by Kulak there. They had an open guy on the side. Kulak gets in the middle of it. And we get a clear from Brent Burns. There you go, Mark. There's your good defense from Brent Burns right there on the penalty kill. And another clear right there. I believe that was Taves. Sure ain't a goal incoming. I'd love to manifest that right now. Ten seconds remaining in the power play. We're getting matching minors between Connor and Hartman. So we got matching minors. Hated playing against them in San Jose and Carolina. Absolutely, yeah. Did not like it either. So it's Landeskog and Makar in the box. Landeskog's about to get out, but we'll see if this is going to be 5-on-4 or 4-on-3 for 1 second, and then it'll be either 4-on-4 or 5-on-5. Such a good fit. Yeah, he really is a good fit in Colorado. Just he filled in the hole that we lost with EJ leaving. I just love it. Looks like it's just going to be 5-on-4, so we're not going to be down a man, other than the fact that we're down the guy in the box. Even strength again. Landeskog's out the box. That is 3 for 3 on penalty kills right now for the Avs. Good play by Nichushkin to get on the inside of Quinn Hughes right there. The Wild bring it out. Faber from up top. Glove saved by Wedgwood. Yeah, the Avs sure do have something with getting old D men to play on the second and third pair. Ray Bork, Erik Johnson, Brent Burns. And Erik Johnson never was even really that old. I think he retired when he was like 37 or 38. Brent Burns is 41. I think Bork was almost, if not 40, was almost there. And when we won the cup with EJ, he was only like 34, 35. He wasn't that old. We are about to be back from an commercial break. don't know what it is being on HBO, but every time it goes to commercial break, my feed quality gets substantially lower. I feel like that trade for EJ from St. Louis for Shattenkirk and whatever else changed the direction of our D-court. Yes, it sure did. This is the second game with 12 different goal scorers since 1994. I didn't even realize that every goal has been scored by a different person this game. So it's been 32 years since we've seen 12 different goal scorers. Sorry, I'm gonna give me a second. The feed is just horrendous right now. Maybe if I pause and give it a second to catch up. There we go. Necas gets the puck in the neutral zone, skates around, loses it a little bit. Lehkonen finds it and passes it out, but loses it. Ultimately, 8 minutes remaining in the period. Seven 5 Avalanche. Shots are 33-37 Colorado. And he tried to find the lead pass there, but he was unfortunately on the ground. 7.5 remaining in regulation. Well, Mark, you're my good luck charm. You said Kadri needed to get going earlier, and he did. So, you are now required by law to be in every stream from now on to help the team out. I didn't make the rules. Yeah, exactly. Wedgwood with the save there. Yeah, we're in for a goalie lockdown in the next game. There's still a lot of hockey left. You'll be here. I appreciate it very much. Faber just made Parker Kelly fall, take a shot off of Wedgwood. Puck finds its way in the middle. Logan O'Connor. Oh, tried to find Parker Kelly in the middle. And he just jumped and dove for the puck. Don't really know how that's going to help him too much, but got back up, and we are now pinned against the wall. And Parker Kelly just got tripped. The puck finally squeezes out of the corner. And Wedgwood has the puck behind the net. 6.5 remaining in the third period. Nichushkin misses just wide. Nichushkin turns back. Tries to go short side, and it's saved by Wallstedt. That Philadelphia-Carolina series just seems like it's going to be a very lopsided series. I feel like that's going to turn out very similar to how Carolina versus Senators went. Yeah, Minnesota, you figured they'd be a lot more worn down after that series, but they're definitely showing up today. But I think the person that's the most worn down on Minnesota is definitely Wallstedt. We genuinely, if this series is like this in the future, we might see Gustafsson a little bit this series. And Gustafson has given us fits in the past, but you know, we've saw them before. MacKinnon got the puck in the zone, drops it off. Good shot by Necas. Just off of Wallstedt and out. Yeah, Philly can steal a game with their goaltender, but that's it. That's referencing if you steal it from the already hottest goaltender in the postseason, which is Frederik Andersen. He's been absolutely out of his mind. 2 shutouts and only 5 goals allowed in 5 games. And we've got an offside by Minnesota. 5:08 remaining in the third period. Avs defense has locked down a little bit better this time around, and by that I mean Scott Wedgwood has been making a lot of game-saving saves, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see both goalies from each team in this series. I feel like Blackwood, and I think he needs to get in a game at some point. Whether that's a game that we're winning really bad, losing really bad, or Wedgwood gets hurt in some way, shape, or form. Let's knock on wood for that. But I really think we might see both of them. And it would be nice to see Blackwood get into a game just so he's not too rusty if he ever does need to come into a game. Especially going down the stretch if we make it deep in this postseason. It's weird watching hockey and getting Texas ads for like water parks and stuff. Yeah, we do not need another Dwayne Wilson type series. We definitely do not. So lest we forget. Yeah. I'm currently not watching basketball playoffs anymore now that the 2 teams that I even remotely watch in basketball in the first place are no longer in it. No Nuggets, no Rockets. Yes, I'm in Texas, unfortunately. And I have never once rooted for the Dallas Stars. So I'm obligatory Stars hater over here. I go to their stadium to root against them, not for them. Even after we lost to Seattle in the postseason a couple years back, I went to Dallas to watch the Seattle and Dallas series just to root for Seattle. I live in southern Texas, Houston. So I'm far away from any major hockey, so I've gotta go a ways. I was at Ball Arena this you're in Mission? Okay. Yeah, I went to Ball Arena last month, watched them play the Blues, and of course the Avs home record during the regular season was awful, so they lost. But uh, you know, it's always fun to go to Ball Arena. Always fun to go to a home game. Oh, that is the unluckiest thing I've ever seen. The puck is just bouncing around, crazy, knuckling around, and it bounces off of, I don't know who, off of Hartman at the end, and just over Wedgwood's head. Little deflection, little lob in off of O'Connor, off of Zuccarello, and in. There's your point for Zuccarello. Yeah, he got something. There's your Zuccarello point. There's your octopus. Congratulations, Mark. Let's hope that's all it comes to.
That's just crazy to me. That puck is bouncing like it's made out of, well, it is made out of rubber. It's bouncing like a tennis ball. Fifth time ever in playoff history that there has been 13 different goal scorers in a game. .346 remaining. Shots on goal have actually evened up almost. It's 37-39, 7-6 game. Barring anything else, we might see some pulled goalie action coming up here soon. Main thing I want to see here from the Avs is discipline, making sure you're not taking a penalty, because we know how the Avs have been 6-on-4 whenever they pull the goalie, and Minnesota just sends it out of their own goal right there. Lehkonen finds Necas. Necas makes a move in the corner. 3 minutes remaining. Tays up top to Makar. Makar shoots and scores again! The first different goal scorer of the game. It is 8-6 Avs. Holy moly. 8-6 Avs. Cale Makar with his second one. On the 40th shot on goal, we see the 8th goal by the Avs, the 14th of the game. Lehkonen with the perfect screen. And Makar, just like his goal earlier, just snipes the top corner above the blocker side. Minnesota's going to call a timeout, planning to pull the goalie. Avs are up to 8-6. Well, if it didn't look like the Edmonton game before, now it exactly looks like it, with an opportunity to make it 9 with a possible empty net, but opportunity to make it 8-7 with a possible wild goal. Just many opportunities to go absolutely nuts here. Well, for this being my first stream on the channel, it's been a fun one. Don't feel safe. 2-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey. It really is. Doesn't matter how much time's left. There could be 1 second on the clock and we have a 2-goal lead and I'm still sweating. Third career multi-goal playoff game for Cale Makar. Just absolutely sniped that corner between Hughes and Lehkonen. The absolute joy on Lehkonen's face. I'd love to see it on the replay. 2:54 remaining. Shots on goal are 40-35 for the Avs. Minnesota has the puck. It seems like goalie's Wallset is out now. 6-on-5. The net is empty. Fighting in the corner in the Avs zone. They get it up top to Quinn Hughes. Him and Necas mirror each other with a spin. Keegan, I can't believe you fell asleep. Shame on you. MacKinnon takes a shot at the empty net and scores. It is now 9-6. I have never in my life seen this many goals in a playoff game. I can officially say that now. MacKinnon is the 14th different goal scorer in this game. Lehkonen in the playoffs, there's no better guy than Lehkonen in the playoffs. I cannot think of a better player on the team than MacKinnon. He has just got that clutch gene that you need on a hockey team. 9-6 hockey game. You ought to think this might be the end here, but hold on. There's still time on the clock. The Avs scored 3 goals in 2 minutes. Don't act like the Minnesota Wild won't do it. How these two teams have played, you'd be surprised if they didn't do it. Yep, MacKinnon got his goal. Needed one out of him. Even if it's just an empty net, sometimes it's just nice to get your goal on the score sheet. We got a minute and a half left. Puck wedged against the wall. Come on, can we get double digits here? Logan O'Connor out on the outside. He makes a move, makes a guy miss. Breakaway. Oh, he almost scored there. I almost got it immediately after I asked. Blankenberg sends it low to Colton. Colton took a shot. That was a hard angle shot and got it deflected off of Wallstedt's glove. Almost went in. I honestly, being a fan at the arena at this game ought to be most stressful, but also the best fan experience of the year. 25 seconds remaining. Clock is ticking down. Oh, they call icing with 12 seconds remaining. But now I think I can finally breathe with 12 seconds on the clock that this game is probably over. First game with 14 different goal scorers since 1993. It is only the 3rd time in history we have ever had something of that nature. Well, post-game is going to be fun after this. Y'all keep an eye out for that. Avs clear the zone. The clock will tick down. And the Avs are 1-0 in the second round of the Minnesota Wild. You know, it was a game. It was one of the games of all time. A lot of points on the board. But big plays from big players. A little bit of everybody contributed. So, me personally, if I had to pick some, and there was 5 goals scored in every period. 15 total goals. Yeah, we'll be back on Tuesday against the Wild. And then we have some weird 3 or 4 day break in between. I don't know. God knows for what reason, but. Okay, so going down the score sheet for the total points. We have an assist from Ross Colton. We have a goal from Drury and Kadri. Kadri had 8 shots on goal. Fun fact. Parker Kelly did not score anything, unfortunately. Landeskog had an assist. Lehkonen, a goal and an assist. MacKinnon, a goal and 2 assists. 3 assists from Necas. Nothing from Nelson. Nichushkin had 2 assists. O'Connor had 1 assist and nothing from Waugh. Blankenberg with a goal. Burns and Kulak with a couple of donuts. 2 goals, 1 assist for Makar. 1 goal, 1 assist for Malinsky. And a goal and 3 assists for Devin Tays. And 30 saves on 36 shots for Scott Wedgwood. So ultimately not the worst defensive game that we've ever seen, but definitely not an amazing one. But when you give up 6 goals and your team still wins, that's got to be a great feeling, doesn't it? Thank you for watching. Me personally, my stars of the game are in this order. Makar, Taves, and let's see who I want to give the third one to on the team. You know what? Nick Blankenberg. Nick Blankenberg actually played out of his mind for a third pair defenseman. He may have only gotten 1 goal, but I love seeing defensemen score goals. So I'll give him the nod this time. But thanks for watching the stream. Come back again on Tuesday. Avs win. Go up on the series 1-0 with a 9-6 victory over the Wild. Make sure you subscribe and keep an eye out for the post-game video. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time.